to another 20-minute flow with me, Carly from Zen Flow Yoga. So all you need is your space to practice, your mat, and we're going to start in child's pose. So just make sure that the knees are nice and wide in your child's pose, toes are touching, and then making your way down to the ground with either the forehead connecting or using your brick or your prop to lower the head and rest the forehead when you're ready. So once we're here, we're just going to start to take a big breath in through the nose and a sigh all the way out. Big breath in once more. And exhaling, sighing out through the mouth. And then just finding a natural rhythm of breath in and out through your nostrils. Starting to find that connection with breathing not only to the belly but sending the breath into the back. And our practice today is going to focus onto the lower back, into the hips, working with some mobility and flexibility to help mobilise and warm up the body. Take one more breath in, see if you can lengthen through the fingertips, reaching the hands to the top of the mat. And then just gently lifting the head, starting to peel the body off the ground and finding your way into your tabletop pose, making sure you're stacking the shoulders over the wrists and the knees under the hips. And we're just going to start to sway, rocking gently from side to side, and then some big circles into the hips, going one way and then going the other. Good. And then drawing this right knee in towards you, start to make some circles with this right hip. Keeping that flow of breath controlled throughout your practice, going one way and the other. Good. And then stepping this right foot to the top of your mat, coming into our crescent lunge. We're going to lift up the arms and interlace your hands, pressing the hands up to the ceiling, grounding down through the big toe on that right foot, and then just leaning over to the right, pressing down, keeping that core nice and strong as you leaning over to the right side. And then you're going to drop your left elbow into the outer edge of your right leg and then press into the hands. Reverse prayer. So creating that twist through the spine, keeping that breath steady. And then exhaling, taking the hands all the way back, sliding the right leg back underneath you, and then you're going to tuck your toes, make your way into your first downward facing. Softly bend the knees and just start to pad out through the feet, twisting the body, bending the knees, whatever feels good, having a little wiggle here. Good, dropping down to kneeling and taking a moment to come all the way back into your child's pose. Nice wide hips. Finding that connection back with your breath. Breathing into the back of the body. And then when you're ready, taking the hands all the way back up, finding your way back into your tabletop when you're ready. Starting to now move into this left hip, so drawing the knee in towards the body, some circles inwards, and then the other way, all the way back out. Good, when you're done, stepping this left leg through, reaching up the arms, coming into our crescent lunge. Interlace the hands, press the arms up to the ceiling, grounding through the big toe on that left side and then leaning over to the left. Good, one more breath. Finding our way into our reverse prayer. The elbow connects to the outer edge of the thigh and then palms together, looking over our left shoulder. Good. Releasing hands back down to the ground, finding your way back into your tabletop, working through 5 cat-cows, inhaling, lifting, and exhaling, rounding the spine, chin to chest. Good, making this your last one. And as you exhale, start to round through the spine, tuck your toes and make your way back into your downward facing dog. Softly bend the knees, let the head draw down towards the ground. Press into your hands so it feels like you're pushing the floor away from you. And then with your knees, I want you to check that they're not drawing inwards and rotate the thighs away from each other, lifting your inner arches of your feet. Good, and when you're done, you're going to start to walk your hands all the way back towards your feet to find your forward fold. Taking hold of each elbow, just start to sway from side to side, just easing off through the lower back, through the backs of the legs. Good, and then slowly coming all the way up to standing. The palms meet at the top as you draw the hands down into the center of your chest and coming to the top of your mat. Once at the top of your mat, grounding through the feet, through all 10 toes and reaching the arms all the way up. Exhaling, forward folding. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping back on your left leg, your right knee bends and your left knee is down. Open your right arms, twisting into your mid-back. Good. Take your right hand all the way back down to the ground and find your way back into your half plank. You can either come down through your half chaturanga, down to the chin and the chest, or lowering down through forearms to your belly, and everyone meeting down into the ground. Placing the hands either side of the shoulders and lifting up into cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, push back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and all the way out. When you're ready, stepping through with the left foot, dropping the right knee down, sweeping the arms all the way up. Exhale, right hand down, left arm reaches all the way up to the ceiling, twisting through the back. Exhale, all the way back down. This time, find your way into plank or staying in your half plank. Take a breath in. Lowering down through your knees or chin chest, lowering down through full chaturanga. Inhale, lifting into cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, push back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and all the way out. Once more, breath in and exhale. Stepping your right foot to the outside edge of your mat and dropping your left knee down. You're going to peel open your foot, looking at the sole of your right foot and then reaching your right arm all the way up to the ceiling. Maybe even catching your foot connected to the ground, so you're opening into the chest. Good. And you can just work on drawing the heel in if you can't quite grab the foot. But wherever you are, open the chest. Exhale, take the hand all the way back down and slide this right leg all the way behind you, opening the hip. You're going to take your hands to the edge of your mat, keeping this open space into your hip with the foot traveling over to the left. And then exhale, slowly take your right knee in towards your right wrist and make your way down into pigeon. Your hands are away from you and you're coming up onto your fingertips, pressing into the ground. You lift up the head. As you exhale, melt the heart all the way down and the elbows come out to the side. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, lower. Good. One more inhale. And exhale. Good. Taking your time to come down onto your elbows, to your forearms, to make your way down into pigeon. Maybe holding yourself here or lowering the forehead down to the ground. We're going to hold here for about 30 seconds, lengthening this left leg as far back as it will go, pulling back with the right hip, breathing softly here. Just allowing those long exhalations to find some softness in that right outer hip, the top of the glute on that right side and the lower back. Slowly peeling the body all the way back up. Take your time to tuck your left toe back under and make your way back into downward facing dog. Holding here for a few breaths. And when you're ready, you're going to step your left foot to the outside edge of your mat, drop your right knee down, peeling open the left sole of the foot to reach your left arm up to the ceiling. Good. Maybe peeling that right foot off the floor to reach back to try and grab the foot, maybe grab the toes and then just rolling that left shoulder back and open. Good, releasing that left hand all the way back down to the ground and taking this left leg all the way back. Open through your hip, sliding your hands down to the edge of the mat. So really press into the hands as you pull back the leg, opening through the hip. Take a breath in to slide your left knee now in towards your wrist and just glide your right leg all the way back. Once we've got the left knee to the left wrist, pressing fingertips into the ground and reaching, lifting the chest. As you exhale, lowering the head, elbows wide. 2 more times, inhaling and exhale. Good, 1 more to lift and exhale. Coming down into our pigeon now for 30 seconds on the left side, making your way down to the ground. Good, 1 more breath and slowly come all the way up. Good. From your pigeon pose, tucking your right toe under and making your way back into your downward facing dog. Good, dropping down to kneeling and swinging the legs all the way round. So we're back onto our bottom. You're going to slowly lower the body all the way down to the ground and keep the feet connected to the ground with your knees bent. You're going to draw your right knee in towards you, sliding your left leg down towards the ground. Take your right arm out wide and then pull with your left hand all the way across the body. So feel that stretch maybe into the outer side of that right leg, all the way perhaps into the top of the hip, into the buttock. Just keep going until the knee starts to slowly travel over to that side, and then look towards your right hand. Okay, keeping that breath consistent, flowing in and out through the belly. Good, slowly drawing that knee in towards the chest and just start to circle through this knee. Take the hands onto the hips and just working through the hip, coming in towards the body and then all the way out. Good, draw the knee back into center, hug it in close towards you, flexing that right foot towards your face. Take a breath in, lift your head, and then exhale to lower. Good, 2 more, inhale, and exhale. 1 more, lifting, and exhale, push that right leg away from you, straighten both legs on the floor and just rock gently from side to side. When you're ready, going over to the left side, drawing that left knee in close towards you, and then left arm comes all the way out to the side as you pull the left leg over the body across with the right hand, looking at your left hand now, drawing shoulder blades into the floor. Deep twist into the spine. This is a great pose for the lower back. To increase the stretch, you always just draw the leg close up towards the body. Apply a little bit more pressure with the right arm onto the thigh. And then coming all the way back to center. Hands connect to the hips and just making some circles into this knee, into the hip. Going one way and then go the other. Good, hugging that left knee in close, flexing the toes, and then inhale, lifting up the head, and exhale, lowering. Good, 2 more, inhale, and exhale. Good, 1 more, lifting, and lowering. Fully extend both legs and just rock the hips from side to side. Coming into our final pose before we have our relaxation into happy baby. So grabbing the inside of the feet or the ankles to pull down the legs, opening the knees nice and wide and drawing the tailbone down towards the ground. Big breath into the belly, feel the breath and soften. So you'll feel the breath at the belly, a bit like a balloon filling up with air, and then on the exhale it's like the air is being released. The navel starts to draw inwards. Taking 1 more breath. And then slowly releasing the legs all the way back down, planting the feet into the ground, just gently rocking the hips from side to side. And extending the legs into your final pose of Shavasana, or keeping the knees bent with the feet grounded, whatever feels comfortable for your body. And palms facing up towards the ceiling, trying to resist that urge to fidget, to move too much. Taking a big breath in through the nose, sighing out through the mouth. Once more, inhale, exhale all the way out. No effort with your breath now, just a natural flow of in and out. Continuous cycle, rhythm of breath. Allow the eyes to close if they're not already. Just start to gaze your eyes over every contact point that you have currently with the floor. Back of the head, the tops of the shoulders, the lower back, the top of the buttocks, the legs, the feet, the backs of the hands, the whole of the arm. Just bring your awareness back always to this sensation of how it feels to connect with the floor whenever your mind starts to drift off somewhere else. And just slowly start to deepen your breath, starting to gently move your fingers, your toes. Maybe taking a full body stretch with the arms, reach the arms overhead. Big breath and exhale. When you're ready, knees drawing in towards the chest, to roll yourself over to one side and start to make your way all the way up to a seated position whenever you're ready. Reaching arms all the way up and overhead, allowing your palms to touch and sealing in your practice at your heart center. Take another breath in, sigh all the way out. And thank you for practicing with me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this short 20-minute flow, and I will see you very soon.